Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? I was a little late and I'm out of focus, so I'm going to fix that. I was helping my mom with her phone stuff, digital stuff, so I'm a little late, but that's okay. We have some interesting things to talk about. Um, we do have a couple comments, so I will just get to those first. Hey, Nerdy Film Girl, the Goofy movie is incredible. Have a good stream. Yes, that's going to be the very first subject that we talk about today. Um, and there is a phenomenal documentary on Disney Plus about the Goofy movie. So thanks for stopping by, Justin. And Tyler, gotta say, Eddington's poster, tagline, and 2020 themed plot has me concerned. I mean, I can understand that. I think I don't really know what to think of it quite yet. And obviously, as a as an Ari Aster fan, as I know you are, I think it's kind of like always an up in the air thing. Knowing what is going to um, come to fruition with his films, I have never really been disappointed. So I'm excited to see what he does. So let's see here. We're gonna get the oh my god. We're going to get the slides up. And yes. Okay. So, oh my god, where'd it go? There we go. So, a Goofy movie, not just a goof. This documentary on Disney Plus is so eye-opening. If you are interested in the way these films get made, if sometimes you are really disappointed with films as of late, as a lot of people are regarding Disney, I think that this is a very eye-opening documentary. I think we don't realize how much goes into things behind the scenes that limits filmmakers. I think I've said this for a while. Excuse me while I grab something that fell off the floor. I've said this for a while. I think that the decline of Disney films happened when they started focusing all their time on Marvel and Star Wars. And we all know how that turned out. So I think that that's kind of their biggest issue. Because before that happened, no one really had any issues with any of the Disney movies, if we think about it. So I think that they're having a difficult time juggling multiple franchises and different companies that they now own. Because when they were just focused on themselves, and then like obviously little Pixar thrown in there, I think they were fine. So I think that's the biggest issue. This is such a well done documentary. It's short, it's to the point, it's creative in the sense that they kind of illustrate things that were going on with that kind of like bluish sketched outlines that you would see like if you're creating a piece of animation. You kind of start off with that for just kind of to get the full look. So this is supposed to be Jeffrey Katzenberg. I'm wondering if he let them do this, if he had to give permission. I think that they were probably okay, like that Jeffrey was okay with it, because even though they kind of make him look, I mean, they don't make him look the worst, but they definitely don't make him look the best. But he was kind of their only ally with the Goofy movie. He was kind of the only one that still was into it. So I kind of feel like even if they kind of made him look like this at times of the documentary, I still think that like the whole overall message was he was incredibly crucial to a Goofy movie even getting a theatrical release, which as you'll learn, this is not a spoiler alert, we know it's kind of like a cult classic of like the movie that wasn't really paid attention to. Um, it was given a very limited theatrical release and very little advertisement. So you can thank this man though, for helping this film get into theaters. David, nice to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Luke, oh my gosh, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. And we've got Maxfield at work chiming in. Thanks so much. Terrace House Guy. Yes, it is a Nerdy Film Girl stream. I am still trying to do this every Friday and then bring on some of our team members like, Bonebridge or John, Doolies at some point for things if they're available. I'd love that. I'm just trying to figure this out for now, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so obviously the Goofy movie. Oh, nice. I'm not there yet, but I will be later for sure. It's still a little early for me for today, but one thing at a time. Well, Disney remaking their own shit was pre Star Wars, but that's still true too. Um, yeah, oh, for sure. But I think that there were still, I don't know. I think that being able to fully focus on just Disney products, I think, was much more beneficial. As you agree, Tyler. Uh, I don't know if maybe people are overseeing too many things. And maybe that, it's like a shiny new toy they got, like, oh, they've got Lucasfilm, they've got Marvel, so kind of like put actual original Disney content on the back burner. Like, yeah, we saw Frozen, which is fine. Like, Frozen was a successful hit. It's not one of my favorites, but I totally get why it was a gigantic sensation. um so, and then you have like Tangled and things like that, but and I didn't like necessarily like love Tangled. I thought it was fine. But now you have Wish, that was probably, the biggest disappointment and the most recent Disney product. So I do feel as you do, like, kind of they're spreading themselves too thin. Jeffrey was gone by the time Q Goofy movie came out, if I'm remembering the timeline right. He was gone, yes. He got them there. I would say like 80% of the project he was there for. So when Michael Eisner stepped in, he really did not give an F about a Goofy movie at all. And I totally get it. It is so different than these epic, grandiose Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Little Mermaid. It's very small, but the storytelling is so good, and I love that the director, which is uh, this guy, he was the director of the film, and he literally says, like, I wanted to make a John Hughes movie narratively, and it is this father and son dynamic, and it is feeling like teen angst, and having a crush on the girl in school, and like if you really break it down, like the Goofy movie, if it was just a script written for actually human beings in a live action, it would have been like totally a John Hughes film. um, and I just love what he did with this movie. It is such a everyone loves this movie. The soundtrack is great. I want to go to a Powerline concert so badly. And it's really fascinating to see how this movie actually just even got to theaters, was even able to be seen in a movie theater at all. I know it was pushed a lot on the Disney Channel and things like that, but it's honestly, like, there's like goofiness to it, obviously, because it's a Goofy movie, but there's so much heart to it, and that is really what makes this film, besides the banging soundtrack. So, um, Arden, thanks so much for joining. Always happy to see a new person here, because I don't think I've seen you here before. But if you have been here before, I apologize. But I think you're new to me. um, Megalopolis wine stream. Oh my god, I know we need to do that. We should plan that for a special occasion. ISO cubes, Megalopolis, and we all get hammered and watch it. That's got to be a members only thing, otherwise we'll get demonetized. I get demonetized every 5 seconds, so I'm trying not to push that too much. Frank Wells dying really changed everything at Disney. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There was like such a generation that was so important, and as they started dropping off, the power dynamics and the priorities really changed at Disney. Absolutely. Brilliant idea. Yeah, I know. We need to do a Megalopolis thing. So yeah, I know, like, people are like, why would I have Disney Plus? Besides this documentary, there's also tons of other great documentaries on there. And now I do the Hulu Disney Plus bundle, so it makes it worth it, I feel, because I'm able to watch the Hulu stuff as well. Because obviously, like, otherwise I would just be paying for Disney Plus to watch The Simpsons, and that's but if you do deep dive into some of their other stuff that they do have some really interesting things with it. Has no agenda or anything like that. Just I think this documentary, like, kind of makes you appreciate what those animators went through, like, even more so, like the problems and the funding and the promoting and the marketing that didn't happen. They had toys planned out for this, like, to be at McDonald's and Burger King and all that stuff. That never happened. And it's again one of the most beloved Disney films of all time. So Uh, yes, I really want to watch that too. I'd love to watch this in the Howard Ashman documentary. I heard that one is really fantastic. I would love to watch that as well, David. So I'm gonna if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's a quick doc and just fun. Like this guy, the director, is so great, and he has all this stuff locked in this special room of all this archival footage. You get to see all this stuff that they were just filming. This ragtag team of animators. That they were just really exploring their creativity and really getting to the heart of this film. And there's so much footage of that. I mean, he saved like almost everything. He wound up directing Enchanted, the first one, not the sequel, as well as a few other things. And he was always involved behind the scenes with Disney after that, because I think there were people that recognized how great of a director he was, regardless if Michael Eisner thought so, or people higher up, the shareholders, regardless if they were like, oh, this movie didn't make money. And the reviews were really harsh on this movie, which is really crazy. Yeah, it's easy to do that when you're comparing this and The Lion King. I get it. But like, it's not trying to be The Lion King. It was never trying to be The Lion King. It was trying to be a John Hughes movie. So, you know, uh, and I think there's room for that. I'd love that. I'd like to see more of that coming out of Disney if they're going to do, maybe smaller stories that are animated. They have, if they're not going to be a theatrical release, they definitely have room for it on Disney Plus. So, it's got to be better than Spider Babies. Have you guys seen the Spider Babies thing on Disney Plus? I swear to God, that entire show is AI. There's this one thing that Disney Plus does now currently that I actually really love, because it's like people that are nostalgic for cable. They do this thing where they have like channels. So it'll be like a Marvel channel and a Disney Babies channel and a whatever else channel, Simpsons channel. And so you can watch and it'll be like live, whatever they're premiering, just like cable. And we clicked on the Spider-Man as like a baby, like series that they have on Disney Plus. And there's like a scene where I'm just gonna call him Spider Baby. Spider Baby's wearing like a sash, and it had those weird, like super swirly letters that you see on AI stuff. So I guess that like most of that stuff is just AI now, which is kind of, you know, I don't know. I guess they're pumping out a lot of content, and I know they're not doing well, but I don't think they need to be doing AI content. They could get a Spider Babies series without doing that, I think, especially within its Spider-Man. Come on. But oh my goodness, we have a new member. So nice to see that Arden became a member. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. I love having new people join the group. The Spider Baby, it's like for like Disney Junior, I guess, but it's like Spider-Man, but they're all like 5. I don't know how to tell you that, but they go on adventures, and it's very like Nick Jr., but Disney Junior. But it was definitely like there was a lot of AI involved in that, and I can't believe no one's called that out. Probably because no one's watching it that's a woman in their 30s, so it's just babies watching it to begin with, and they can't tell the difference yet. They probably will be able to very soon, though. And again, thank you so much, Arden, for becoming a member. It's so kind of you and very generous, and it's greatly appreciated. Okay, so I think we've talked enough about this documentary. Again, highly recommend it. We're going to move on. So this is, it's been a long time coming. The Oscars have never given an award for best stunts. And I think that uh, it's phenomenal that this is finally happening. I have always understood that to get a new category introduced to the Oscars does take a lot of time. The first time they did a hair and makeup design award was for An American Werewolf in London. So we can understand that, a movie from the 80s, my goodness, it took a while for them to get there. So, they just did the new casting award for best casting, and now we will finally get stunt design, which is phenomenal. I think the Fall Guy coming out last year, I think it actually did make a difference. I was hoping, when the Fall Guy is so good, and it really is a love letter to stuntmen and women. And I was like, why the hell is there not an Oscar for these people? It is such a dangerous job. It is such a long and treacherous job. I mean, it is like, and they get no thanks. your thanks is hopefully the person you're doing stunts for, the actor, is incredibly nice to you and you become friends and like, like Brad Pitt and his stuntmen. But sometimes that's not the case and you don't really get thanks at all. I am so happy this is happening. And we won't see it though till it's the 100th Oscars, which is 2027, which kind of is interesting for this gentleman. So Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible is coming out this year. So it will not qualify for a stunt Oscar. So I have a feeling they will probably make a special award when they first do this brand new stunt design Oscar. I have a feeling it will be a special award to Tom Cruise, and I think that just goes without saying. I think it's gonna be this big presentation of all the stunts that Tom Cruise has ever done in his life, kind of like a lifetime achievement award, but for stunts. And that's how they will start it off. I think it won't even be. I mean, there might be two. Like it might be. There probably will be two. So it'll be like stunts for the year, of 2027, or I guess films that came out in 2026, if that's how they're doing it, and then a special award of lifetime achievement for Tom Cruise and all of his stunt work. Terrace, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. So baby Looney Tunes. Yes, exactly. So spider babies. Yes, it's just like baby Spider-Man and all that. I've watched Fall Guy twice in the cinema. It was just done so well and was such a good experience. So bummed about the box office. I know. And the 3-week window on that was just terrible that it was going to streaming. Everyone knew and they all waited. So it took costumes until the late 40s, so the Academy moves really slow. That and supporting only happened to appease everyone at that time. Don't remember the whole story there. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we think about it in the grand scheme of things, the Oscars hasn't, I mean, what, we haven't even hit its 100th Oscar. So it hasn't been going on that long. And it does take a lot of time to get certain awards added, especially since they want to keep making the award ceremony shorter, which they don't, which is kind of fine. Like, I don't care if it's shorter. I just want to have a good time experiencing it and watching it. And they wind up cutting things and making the show worse when they could have just left it at the time it was supposed to be. And it was, I just can't stand moving all of those awards around and not letting people be seen and that are in specific categories because they don't think that they're like cool enough or popular enough. It's like, let these people that make movie magic have their time in the spotlight, because they never have their time in the spotlight. So yes, I'm a sucker for a romance. Oh yeah, they were great. It was a really well done romance in an action film. They had great chemistry. I'd be shocked if there isn't at least a 3-minute standing ovation. Oh, for sure, 1000%. And again, we can in 2027 we can all see if I was right about this, but I think it would be in very poor taste if they did finally give an Oscar for Best Stunts and did not give him a special award the same year. I mean, maybe he'll be in a movie for that, but I have a feeling, we can't really plan that. But I think it definitely goes without saying that he will definitely get a special award that year. It'll be a way to award him without having to nominate him. Yeah, no, that's very true. And he's been nominated before, I believe. Like The Color of Money and things like that. But I don't, and obviously like Magnolia, I didn't he win for Magnolia, or am I crazy? Anyone that knows their Oscars history, what did Tom Cruise win or get nominated for? Because I feel like he's never won an Oscar, but maybe I'm wrong and he did win for Magnolia. He was great in Magnolia, by the way, if anyone's never seen that. Hey, Wilkie, thanks so much for joining us. Really stoked for the 100th Oscars. Yes, that will be... I hope Conan's doing next year. I hope Conan decides to just keep doing it for a while, because he's been killing it, and I'm very excited. Conan was dealt the worst cards too. It was like one of the most uninteresting Oscar seasons of all time, which was last year. So the fact that he still made it really enjoyable, like, that really helped. I'm looking forward to next year. I think that we'll have a much better group of films to discuss and like actually get into award seasons with. Also a retro montage for Pioneers. Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely have to do that. I think they did that probably like, I remember them doing that maybe like 10 to 12 years ago at some point, or even maybe a little bit more recently. But it's been a while, and they should make the entire Oscars like very stunt focused for sure that year when they do it, because they have to make up for a lot of time. So I agree with you, Art, and I really like that. I think I would genuinely scream in glee if Daniel Craig made a cameo in the next Mission Impossible film and there was just some one-upmanship combo between Tom and Daniel. That would be very cool. Yeah, I wouldn't have an issue with that at all. And I think Daniel Craig comes off like the kind of guy, like he's up for anything, I think. He seems like a really chill, down to earth guy. He takes the craft of acting incredibly seriously. He's incredibly good at it, but he doesn't take himself too seriously, which is a phenomenal combination if you want to be a Hollywood superstar. So, which is why he has such a career filled with such longevity. Uh, David, he was nominated for Born on the Fourth. Oh, thank you. Okay, so this is great. So yes, I forgot about Born on the 4th of July. Love that film. Jerry Maguire obviously is a classic, and Magnolia. So yeah, then they're going to definitely give him one then. They'll still they'll have to give one for that film of the year, whatever film comes out in 2026. They'll give one to that too. But yeah, they're definitely not going to pass this opportunity. Cruise has been nominated for okay, perfect. Yeah, lost all three. Okay. Cole S. Hello, nerdy film people. Yes, thanks so much for stopping by, Cole. We're talking about Tom Cruise and how he'll finally probably get an honorary Oscar in 2027 when they do the best stunt category. And it's just the right thing to do. Conan did an amazing job. I tuned in from. Yeah, I don't think people even realize when they ran the numbers of the Oscars how much Conan had a big part of that. And so I think with better films, when we have a better, list of films nominees to get in there for the top 10 and all the other stuff categories, I think it's going to be a really amazing show once he gets the opportunity for that. Unless he does it in his Glasgow accent. Oh, I know, but it's forgivable. I think it's fun. I think he's having fun with that too. I think that just shows that Daniel Craig doesn't take himself too seriously. Surprise Cruise wasn't nominated for Rain Man and Color Money Underrated Actor. Yeah, those were the two that I was thinking, and then because I completely forgot about Jerry Maguire and Born on the 4th of July. But yeah, I'm surprised about that as well. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to speaking of better films for next year. I do not know a ton of the films that are coming out, but this is kind of like the Cannes lineup. Obviously, Tom Cruise is there with Mission Impossible. He always does his films at Cannes. We have a new Wes Anderson film with Benicio del Toro, amongst every person you've seen in a Wes Anderson film in the past 10 years, 20 years. And then we have Ari Aster's film as well, which is going to be premiering there. It's still really early to even talk about these things. But hypothetically, I thought I would kind of just see what you guys had to say. And especially, the Wes Anderson trailer was out. I'm not going to play the trailer because every time I do that, I get a demonetization. But the Wes Anderson trailer did come out. Do I have that up here? No, I just have Ari Aster's. And it looks kind of like The French Dispatch, which I didn't love. So I'm hoping that it's not like The French Dispatch. I really liked his last film, and I'm completely forgetting what it was called. The the 1960s space camp movie. I actually really like that. I know it wasn't up everyone's alley, but I really enjoyed that personally. And some people love The French Dispatch, and I did not. So we'll see what happens with the new Wes Anderson film. Obviously, Benicio headlining it is great. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that. Oh yeah. Yes, is that Benicio? Yes, that is, and that is for the new Wes Anderson film. June Squibb, I love June Squibb. I know. I really wanted to see Thelma. If you guys have seen Thelma, I haven't seen it yet, and I heard it's fantastic. Moonrise Kingdom still so underrated. I agree. I love Moonrise Kingdom. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I will get to you in a second. Asteroid City. That's the film. Thank you so much, Tyler. And I did like it when a lot of people didn't like it. So I totally get if you didn't. Val Kilmer will definitely get a lifetime shout out. Oh yeah. I mean, this year in particular. They did a lot for, why do every time I stream, I forget every single person's name on the planet. Gene Hackman. They did a decent amount for Gene Hackman. I think they could have done a little bit more, but they'll do at least that amount for Val Kilmer. Absolutely. Benicio kind of looks like he's playing a part in the Australia. Yeah, that's true. He could have played a Gomez very easily. Um, that's a good thing to point out there. We're gonna end though with Can, but this is the poster for Ari Aster's latest film. The cast is pretty big. It stars Joaquin Phoenix again. Emma Stone's at the end. I wish I could zoom in on this. I feel like there's a way I can do that. That's a little bit better, I guess. Yeah. Um, Pedro Pascal is in it. I know everyone's going to say, why is he in everything? But I'd rather the fact that he's like taking chances in things and not just being pigeonholed in a certain genre. So I don't blame him for wanting to be in an Ari Aster film. I think that's kind of like, to the actor community, like the edgy thing to do is they want to be in an Ari Aster film. So I don't blame him. And Emma Stone, of course, is going to be in this. I don't know how big of a role she has since she's like the last person credited all the way to the right. I know it's really hard for you guys to see this, but she is. It's a I'm excited. I see this poster. It's super weird, just like I expect. It's a Western. There is a guy in here that is a country Western singer turned actor. I don't know who he is really, but I looked him up and he definitely has a face for film, that's for sure. So I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing some type of teaser. Again, this is premiering at Cannes in, I think, May, like the second week of May, I believe. So hopefully by that point or a little after that, they will, once they get the response, we'll be able to start seeing teasers and trailers for it. So watching watching Mobland. No, I don't know what that is actually. Maybe I do, but I don't know what that is. But if it's good, I'll definitely check it out. Poster is really famous. Is a really famous old photograph. Oh, okay. Well, that makes this even cooler. Like, what guy was just sitting, waiting for something interesting to happen, and then 3 buffalo just fall? Like, that's crazy. And I mean, yeah, wow, that's really cool to learn. See, the more you know. That's why I like streaming, because you always get like little insights from people that you wouldn't necessarily find out on your own, which is impressive. The comparison is part of what has me worried a little. Okay, yeah, just because it was. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Luke Grimes, yes, Luke Grimes. That's the country singer. Oh my goodness, Terrace House guy, you are so kind. 5 European dollars is what I think that means. Just contributing to the Megalopolis Wine Fund. Gotta manifest it. Yeah, no, we should make that happen. I will get in touch with the ISO cubes and the dualies, and we'll figure something out, because I still haven't seen it yet. So I've been waiting for something like that. That sounds great. Pounds nerdy. Yes, pounds. Thank you. Yes, pounds. Yes, I actually the other day I was giving change to someone from yeah, they were from somewhere in England, and they were and I don't blame them, because I never had this pointed out to me before. They were like, it's weird that your dimes are smaller than your nickels when your dimes are 10 cents and your nickels are 5 cents, and the nickels are so much bigger. And then they said that their smallest, which is, oh my god, it's in like every British like movie ever. That their version is also the same way. Like their dollar is bigger than a lot of their higher valued coins. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what they told me, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Well, Mobland is not new to. Oh yes. Okay. Well, very good to know. That sounds awesome. I love Guy Ritchie, and I also love Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and Helen Mirren. So that sounds like an A+ recommendation from Cole. Thank you so much. Or Colonel? Is it Colonel S or Cole? Who knows? Well, maybe you'll let me know. Tyler, I have experience ranting on Megalopolis. Oh my goodness, I'm sure you do. I'm sure. Yeah, man. Coppola. I've seen it in the cinema. LOL, it needs wine. Coppola, yeah, which is ironic since Francis Ford Coppola sold his vineyard to make Megalopolis. Crazy. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining. I know there hasn't been like much in the news. I will say my only opinion about the whole Minecraft thing. I love it. I love that these kids are having a blast. I don't care if it's necessarily for TikTok. I think a lot of them genuinely do find, like, if they're like 8 to 10 years old, I think they generally find that stuff funny. It is a weird type of sense of humor. The more random it is, the better. They love it. But I think it is funny to see, like the majority of the demographic of people that are seeing Minecraft are like little boys. If you compare that to the demographic of little girls that went to see the Taylor Swift Eras tour, they were just like, oh, let's make a nice friendship organized circle and like have a great time like doing that. And now you see these like little boys causing ruckus here. It's very funny to me if you like comparatively speaking. But it just shows you the difference of how little boys and little girls act at the movie theater. But neither here nor there. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you guys are having a great end of your week. Oh, here we are. Yeah, let children be children. Yeah, it's totally fine. I've been told like it's actually a great experience if you want like to have fun. Just go to one of these when there's like a lot of kids there, and it sounds actually pretty fun. But yes, it's maybe too much fun with the Minecraft movie based on those reactions. Too much fun with, yeah. Other than that, happy for them. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like let these kids have fun. Like, there's a reason this movie made a ton of money. I think we all kind of knew it was going to make a ton of money, even if we thought it was good or bad. So I'm excited that the kids are having a positive experience in the theater because you can barely get them to do anything that's outside of their phones or video games or the computer. So I'm glad that they are doing that. Great. Well, thanks so much, guys. Yes, the Mega Pint. Love that. The Johnny Depp reference. Absolutely. We all love Mega Pints in this household. So thanks so much, guys. I will see you guys next week. I will be on Monday Night Movie Madness. I'm trying to get this out of here. Get this out of, yeah, perfect. I'll be on Monday Night Movie Madness on Monday with Bone Butcher, John Automates, most likely the Doolies, and maybe a few other people. But besides that, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time, and have a great Friday.